There is a summit above the clouds where few souls dare to climb, a place where the noise of the world fades, where the air is thin and golden, and where time bends around greatness. Most never reach it. They wander at the base, chasing fleeting comforts, distracted by glitter and noise, never seeing the hidden path that rises into eternity. But you are not most. You feel it, that quiet call pulling you higher, the sense that you were not born to crawl, but to ascend, that within you sleeps a force vast enough to reshape the world. This is not arrogance. This is your birthright. And today, you begin the ascent. The world told you to be realistic, to shrink your vision to fit its fragile expectations. It mocked your hunger for greatness, called it pride, called it impossible. But every name they gave it was fear speaking with borrowed voices. What they fear is not that you will fail. What they fear is that you will rise, because if you rise, you will expose the chains they have accepted as destiny. Marcus Aurelius rose above an empire's chaos not because he was chosen, but because he refused to be small. That refusal is now burning in your chest. It is the spark that lights the path. You must understand, the summit is not crowded because it demands a price most are unwilling to pay. Not wealth, not blood, but will. To rise, you must tear away every excuse that has kept you grounded. Excuses are the gravity that binds ordinary lives to the dirt. You are cutting those ropes now. One by one, every story you told yourself about your limits burns away. Epictetus was born a slave and rose to become a master of minds because he refused to let circumstance dictate destiny. If chains could not hold him, no invisible chains can hold you. The path ahead is steep, and that is good. Mountains are steep to protect their secrets. Each step will test your resolve. The air will thin. The storms will come. Many will stop, praising themselves for how high they came while you keep climbing. Do not slow. This is not a path of comfort. It is a path of consecration. Every step upward burns away who you were, revealing who you were meant to be. Seneca the Younger said that greatness is not given. It is taken by those willing to suffer for its height. You are willing. That is why you will stand where others vanish. You will need vision like a flame in darkness. The world below will mock what it cannot see. They will say your dreams are too high, your hopes too bright. They will say you are arrogant for aiming at the stars. Let them speak from their shadows. You are not here to win their applause. You are here to ignite the sky. Ambition is not vanity. Ambition is worship. The soul honoring the divine potential hidden within it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each dawn that he carried a fragment of the divine fire and was obligated to let it blaze. So are you. Let it blaze. Greatness requires solitude. The path will grow quiet as you rise. The crowds will thin. Many will fall away, unable to breathe the rare air you are learning to master. Do not grieve them. They are not meant for these heights. Epictetus said that when you begin to live as your highest self, those clinging to comfort will flee, for your ascent reveals their chains. Let them flee. You will walk alone for a while, and that solitude will shape you like the wind shapes stone. In that silence, your soul will roar. This is the hour to set your standard beyond what you once believed possible. Do not aim to be better than others. Aim to be unrecognizable to your former self. That is the true summit, not standing above others, but standing beyond who you were. Seneca the Younger said the greatest triumph is to conquer the person you were yesterday. Conquer them now. Leave them behind like ashes at the mountain's base. You are not here to compete. You are here to ascend beyond comparison, into the rare air where legends are born. And when doubt tries to whisper that this is too much, too high, too far, remember this. The fire inside you was placed there by eternity itself. The summit is not separate from you. It is buried within you, waiting to rise. The mountain is not your enemy. It is your reflection. Marcus Aurelius said that what stands in the way becomes the way. The mountain stands in your way because you are meant to become the mountain. And you will. If these words awaken something ancient in your soul, do not let it fade. If you feel the pull of the summit, take one small step right now. Subscribe to this channel, not just as a click, but as a vow to walk closer to God, to be blessed each day with words that lift your spirit and call you higher. And in the comments, write the words you want the heavens to carve into your path. Words like ascend, eternal, luminous, chosen, unstoppable. Plant them like flags on the soil of your destiny and let them lead you upward, because this is only the first glimpse of the heights. The air will grow thinner. The trials will grow fierce. The path will demand everything you are, but you will give it, gladly. Because at the summit, the impossible becomes your home. The air thins as you climb, and now the world notices. It looks up from its sleep and sees your silhouette rising above the clouds, and it begins to panic. Mediocrity does not fight those who stay among it. It only fights those who leave, and you are leaving. That is why the resistance arrives now, not as storms, not as open war, but as whispers, distractions, and hands reaching from the shadows to pull you back down. This is the gravity of the ordinary world, and it will fight for its prisoners. Do not be one. At first, it will come as laughter. People will mock your vision, not because they see weakness, but because they sense strength. Your ambition will expose the smallness they have accepted, and they will strike at it to protect their comfort. Seneca the Younger said that the mediocre mock what they fear becoming. Their mockery is not judgment. It is confession. Each insult is proof that you are rising. Do not answer them. Keep climbing. Their words are pebbles falling down the slope behind you, and you are already too high for them to reach. Then the world will send distractions dressed as opportunities. Sudden comfort, easy pleasures, shallow victories. It will say you have done enough, that you deserve rest, that you can afford to slow. This is the deadliest trap, because comfort does not scream like pain. It sings like a lullaby, but its sweetness hides chains. Epictetus warned that the path to greatness is narrow and lined on both sides by temptations disguised as shortcuts. Each comfort you accept becomes a stone tied to your ankles. You must walk past them, eyes on the summit, or you will sink back into the fog. Doubt will rise like a phantom from within your own mind. It will whisper that you are chasing illusions, that you are too small for this ascent, that no one from where you began has ever reached such heights. It will wear the voices of people you once trusted. It will speak in the tone of reason, but it is fear wearing a mask. Marcus Aurelius wrote that your mind will shape itself into the image of whatever it believes, and doubt seeks to sculpt you back into who you were. Do not let it. Carve your mind into the shape of the summit instead. Even time will turn against you. Days will stretch like endless deserts. Progress will seem invisible. The world will move on without you while you toil unseen. This is where most surrender, not from pain, but from invisibility. They cannot bear the thought of greatness growing in silence. But silence is where greatness is born. Seneca the Younger said that the seed grows in darkness before it rises to the sun. Let your roots grow unseen. Endure the silence. The summit will not clap for you halfway. It will wait for you at the top. As you resist, loneliness will sharpen its claws. The higher you climb, the fewer walk beside you. Familiar voices will fade. Old companions will stop answering. They cannot follow where you are going. The air is too thin for them. Epictetus told his students that the one who seeks virtue must walk alone at first, for the crowd fears solitude and calls it madness. You will walk alone, but that solitude is not emptiness. It is altitude. It is proof you are leaving the lowlands behind. Walk it with pride. Every step alone is one step closer to the stars. Even your body will rebel. It will ache, tremble, beg for rest. Your lungs will burn, your hands will bleed. You will hear the voice of comfort promising you safety if you stop. Do not. Marcus Aurelius rose each morning to the cold stone of duty, reminding himself that he was born not for ease, but for excellence. So are you. This body is the vessel of your destiny, not the master of it. Let it complain. Let it ache. Carry it higher. The summit is not reached by those who feel ready. It is reached by those who move anyway, and as the world throws its last weapons, something miraculous happens. They stop hurting. The laughter becomes distant. The distractions lose their shine. The doubts sound hollow. You begin to see them not as enemies but as signs that you are nearing the edge of the known world. Seneca the Younger said that resistance is proof that the path is real. Every step that angers the world confirms you are leaving its gravity. This is not punishment, it is prophecy. The struggle is the crown choosing its bearer, and it has chosen you. Do not look down. The ground below will seem safer, easier, warmer, but it is not your home anymore. Your old life is too small for who you are becoming. Let it fall away. Keep your eyes on the summit. The air is cold, the climb is endless, and the world is screaming for you to stop. But you are still rising, and every step upward is rewriting the story of what a human can become. The air is thin now, and the world below is fading into clouds. You are beyond its noise, beyond its clamor, and here the path changes. No longer is the climb about escaping mediocrity. It is about becoming immortal. Not in name, not in monuments, but in essence. Building a life so precise, so unyielding, that time itself bows around it. This is where dreams end and discipline begins. This is where you stop wishing for greatness and start living as if you were forged for it. Because you were. Discipline is not a cage. It is the architecture of destiny. The old world calls it restriction, but it is liberation. Marcus Aurelius rose each dawn to cold halls and heavy duty, not because he loved hardship, but because he knew glory is built brick by brick while the world sleeps. Discipline is the chisel that carves gods from clay. Without it, ambition is mist, bright, then gone. With it, ambition becomes marble, and you become the sculptor. From this moment forward, every act must serve the monument you are building out of your soul. Begin with your hours. Each one is a block of eternity. The careless scatter them like pebbles, wondering why nothing endures. You will place them like gold. Plan them. Guard them. Seneca the Younger said that time is the one thing the wise guard more than treasure, because it is life itself. Waste none of it. Shape each hour with intent. When you wake, decide what legacy that day will leave. This is how legends walk, not reacting to hours, but commanding them. Forge rituals. Not habits born from convenience, but sacred ceremonies that crown each day. Epictetus trained his students to rehearse virtue daily until it became their nature. Do the same. Rise with the sun and bow to duty before desire speaks. Train your body until its strength becomes silent, effortless. Sharpen your mind before the world can dull it. End each day in reflection, carving lessons into your spirit. These rituals are not chores. They are your anvil. Each repetition hammers you closer to your divine shape. Build order around you. Chaos is the enemy of ascension. A cluttered world breeds a cluttered mind. Clean your space. Simplify your possessions. Marcus Aurelius lived in palaces yet kept his chambers bare, to protect his mind from rot. Do the same. Remove what does not serve your ascent. Every object, every commitment, every word must earn its place. This clarity will sharpen your focus into a blade, and focus is how you cut through the resistance that halts lesser souls. Discipline must rule your body. It is the vessel of your will. Treat it as sacred armor, Seneca the Younger warned that indulgence softens the soul until it forgets how to stand. Do not forget. Train not for vanity, but for sovereignty. Feed your body as if you are fueling a sacred engine. Rest it with intention. Master it with movement. When your body resists, smile. It is becoming strong enough to carry your destiny. When it aches, smile. It is forging resilience in bone and blood. This pain is your coronation. Discipline must also rule your words. Speak less. When you speak, let it be like lightning, rare, precise, unforgettable. Epictetus said that the tongue is the surest proof of the soul. Guard yours like a blade. Do not waste it on gossip, complaint, or noise. Let your silence speak your focus. Let your actions make your arguments. This will unsettle the world. They expect noise. Give them power instead. Master your emotions with the same rigor. The old self was ruled by moods. The new you will command them. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the mind must stand taller than its feelings, like a king above trembling subjects. Do not wait to feel ready. Act. Do not wait to feel calm. Be. Each time you act from discipline instead of emotion, you build another stone in your fortress. Soon, storms will crash and your walls will not tremble. Emotion will still come, but as guests, not rulers. This discipline will feel heavy at first, like chains. That is illusion. It is the weight of your crown being forged. Every day you uphold your standards, the crown takes shape. Every day you lower them, it crumbles. Carry this weight with pride. Seneca the Younger said that nothing great is easy, and nothing easy is great. The world will call you obsessed. Let it. Obsession is only discipline the average mind cannot understand. And then, slowly, something extraordinary happens. Discipline stops feeling like effort. It becomes nature. Rising early becomes as natural as breath. Excellence becomes your default. You stop battling your impulses because they kneel before your will. This is the turning point. When the world sees only calm on your face but there is thunder in your bones. When every choice is deliberate, every hour purposeful, every step royal. This is when discipline stops building you and starts revealing you, not as who you wish to be, but as who you were destined to become. The wind howls at these heights, but you do not move. The storms that once shook your soul now break against you like waves on stone. You have carved order into your days, steel into your body, precision into your mind, and now you must crown it with silence, because without serenity, greatness crumbles. Power without calm devours itself. To rise beyond limits, you must become unshakable, not unmoved by chance, but unmovable by choice. This is where the climb becomes something higher than struggle. This is where you stop fighting storms and become the sky above them. The world will try to provoke you. As you rise, its noise will grow louder, desperate to draw you back into its chaos. It will throw insults, envy, slander. It will send people who drip poison behind smiles, who stab with words then laugh at your stillness. Let them. Marcus Aurelius rose each dawn reminding himself, "Today I will meet arrogance, deceit, selfishness, ingratitude. They cannot harm my mind unless I allow it." Adopt his shield. The world can only wound what you expose. Withdraw your soul from their grasp. Leave them striking at shadows while your spirit remains untouched. Your pride will rebel. It will demand you answer, defend, prove. Ignore it. Pride is the echo of your old self, still chained to the need for recognition. Epictetus told his students that he who angers you owns you. Let no one own you again. When they spit venom, become air. When they shout, become silence. The strong react. The great do not. This will terrify them. They will mistake your calm for weakness until they see how chaos dies in your presence. That is your power now. Not to win battles, but to make battles wither before they begin. Emotions will rise like sudden waves. Rage, fear, pride, envy, the old gods of mortality, roaring for sacrifice. You will feel their claws, you will hear their drums. Do not kneel. Seneca the Younger said that anger is a brief madness that burns the vessel that carries it. Let it burn out before it touches you. Watch emotions pass like birds across your sky. Do not trap them. Do not fight them. Let them fly until only silence remains. This is mastery. Not killing emotions, but refusing to serve them. When you cease to be their servant, they kneel as your messengers. Even praise will test you. It will come dressed as warmth, but it carries chains. The world will clap for your discipline, admire your rise, and your ego will swell, whispering that you are special. Cut it down. Praise is as dangerous as scorn. Marcus Aurelius called fame noise of the dead, and he ruled the greatest empire on earth. Let praise wash over you like rain on stone. Bow to duty, not applause. The world can crown you one day and crucify you the next. If you anchor to their voices, you will sway with every wind. Anchor to your purpose instead. Detach from outcomes. You cannot command results, only your effort. The old self sought control over the uncontrollable and broke under its weight. The new you releases it. Epictetus said, "Freedom is found by aligning your will only with what is yours to command. Results are not. Reputation is not. Tomorrow is not. Let them go. Focus only on this breath, this act, this step. When victory comes, bow. When failure comes, bow. You are no longer a gambler hoping for fortune's smile. You are the mountain, and the storm's mood is nothing to you. This serenity is not apathy. It is sacred fire controlled. You still feel deeply. You still love, still grieve, still burn. But you burn without consuming yourself. The old self mistook frenzy for passion. The new you understands that stillness is the throne of true power. Seneca the Younger said that the wise man sails the same storms that drown others, and reaches shore dry. You are sailing now. Calm is not weakness. Calm is command. It is the proof that you are no longer tossed by the winds, but steering them. This will change how people move around you. They will lower their voices near your silence without knowing why. They will hesitate to lie, to rage, to perform. Your stillness will expose their noise. Some will cling to it like drowning souls to driftwood. Others will flee from it in terror because they cannot control what they cannot shake. Let both happen. Your duty is not to be liked. Your duty is to remain still, to stand so rooted that even the storms grow tired and kneel. Soon, serenity will stop feeling like something you practice and become something you are. It will soak into your bones like ancient stone soaks sunlight. Chaos will strike, and you will not flinch. Insults will hiss, and you will not hear them. Praise will roar, and you will not rise to it. You will be here, breathing, steady, unmoved. This is the moment you stop being a climber and become the mountain itself. And from this still peak, you will finally be ready to lift others toward the light. The summit is no longer distant. You stand above the clouds now, and the world that once seemed vast lies small beneath your feet. Silence hums in your bones. Discipline flows through your blood, and serenity sits on your shoulders like a crown of light. But this climb was never meant to end with you alone. Greatness is not hoarded. Greatness radiates. And now, as your fire burns steady and unshakable, its light begins to spill down the mountain. Others will see it. Others will follow it. This is where your ascent becomes more than survival. This is where you become a beacon. The world below is full of souls still wandering in shadows, chained by fear, dulled by comfort, blind to their own potential. You know their pain because you carried it once. You remember the weight of doubt, the hunger to be more, yet the terror of trying. That is why your light matters. It is not a performance. It is proof. Marcus Aurelius said that the best way to lead is to live as an example so luminous it makes others ashamed to choose lesser paths. Do that now. Be so focused, so calm, so relentless that even the broken dare to rise when they see you. Leadership is not noise. It is gravity. You do not need to shout to inspire. You need only walk with such unwavering purpose that the ground itself bends toward your steps. Epictetus told his students that true teachers do not argue virtue. They embody it so completely that others crave its silence. Embody it. Let your discipline be your language, your serenity your banner. People will draw near to your stillness like birds to warm air. They will not know why they feel stronger near you. They will only feel it and rise. But leadership demands humility. The summit can birth arrogance if you forget how far you climbed. Pride will whisper that you are above them now, that their struggles are beneath you. Crush that whisper. Seneca the Younger warned that pride turns greatness hollow, like gold painted on rot. Remember your scars. Remember the nights you almost broke. Let them bind you to compassion. The purpose of your crown is not to tower above the lost. It is to guide them home. A king who forgets his people becomes a tyrant. A leader who forgets his pain becomes useless. Do not forget. You will need patience. Many you try to lift will resist. Some will cling to their chains, defending them as treasures. Others will mock your efforts, fearing the mirror your light holds up to them. Let them. Epictetus said that the awakened should not hate the sleeping, only wait for them to stir. Sow seeds, not commands. Lead by presence, not pressure. Some seeds will sprout years after you are gone. That is fine. You are not here for applause. You are here for legacy. Legacy is not what they say about you. It is what they become because you lived. Teach through example, not speeches. The world is deaf to words but hungry for models. Rise before the sun and let them see the glow of discipline on your face. Move with calm when chaos claws at you. Speak little, do much. Marcus Aurelius wrote that waste no time debating what a good man is. Be one. Be the proof. Be the living argument that greatness is possible. When they see you endure storms without flinching, they will stop mocking and start wondering. Wonder is the first crack in their chains. As you lead, protect your fire. Service can drain those who forget their source. You cannot light the world if you let your own flame dim. Guard your solitude. Guard your rituals. Seneca the Younger said to serve from strength, not exhaustion. Rest when needed, not as retreat, but as renewal. Let your silence sharpen you. The stronger your foundation, the higher others can climb upon it. This is not selfishness. It is stewardship. You are the keeper of a flame meant to ignite generations. Tend it like sacred fire. Some will follow close. They will walk beside you, mirroring your steps. Guide them gently, but never carry them. Carrying breeds weakness. Challenge them to climb on their own legs. Epictetus told his students that the task of the teacher is not to lift the student, but to make the student lift himself. Give them tools, not crutches. Show them paths, not shortcuts. When they stumble, let them rise. When they rise, celebrate quietly and walk on. They will learn faster from your stride than from your praise. Soon, you will feel something sacred, the weight of legacy settling on your shoulders, not as burden, but as armor. You are no longer climbing only for yourself. You are carving footholds for souls you may never meet. This gives your every action gravity. This makes your life cathedral-like. Marcus Aurelius said that the fruit of this life is to do good for others and walk on. Walk on. Let your steps echo long after your voice fades. Let strangers decades from now stand taller because of shadows you cast today. That is immortality. And as you walk ahead, something shifts. You no longer burn only with ambition. You burn with devotion. The summit is no longer your goal. It is your post. You are stationed here like a watchtower, like an eternal fire on a high cliff. This is the turning point. You are not simply escaping the valley anymore. You are pulling the valley upward. You are not chasing greatness. You are becoming a source of it. The mountain is no longer something you climb. It is something you are, and its light will never die while you stand upon it. The summit is silent, and in that silence something stirs. A voice you once thought was strength whispers from the shadows of your mind. It is subtle, smooth, seductive. It says, "Look how high you've come, how far above the world you now stand." It whispers that this height makes you special, chosen, destined to be remembered. That voice is not truth. It is the last mask of your old self. It is the ego, desperate to survive the death you brought it. It hides in admiration now, hides in pride. This is the most dangerous enemy left, because if you let it live, it will hollow you from within until the mountain collapses around you. You must cut it out. You must dissolve the illusion of self before it devours what you have become. Ego is hunger disguised as identity. It feeds on praise, comparison, victory. It cannot stand still because stillness starves it. Epictetus said that pride is the surest proof of weakness, because the truly strong have no need to announce their strength. As long as ego rules, your greatness is fragile, a castle built on shifting sand. Every insult will wound you. Every failure will crack your foundation. You will spend your life defending an image instead of living a reality. This is not why you climbed. You did not rise to perform. You rose to become eternal, and eternity needs no applause. Begin by cutting your ties to reputation. The world will try to crown you, to place laurels on your head and carve your name into stone. Refuse it. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire yet wrote that fame is nothing but breath of the dying, and the names of even the great turn to dust. You are not here to be remembered. You are here to become real. Let them forget your name if they must. Let them never forget your light. Legacy of name is vanity. Legacy of essence is immortality. Abandon comparison. Ego survives by measuring, by constantly asking if you are ahead or behind, greater or lesser. This is poison. Seneca the Younger warned that no man can be free while he measures his worth by others. Step out of the race. There is no race. There is only your path, your pace, your eternity unfolding beneath your feet. Let others rush. You will move like a star across the night. Silent, unhurried. Impossible to outshine because you are not competing. The moment you stop measuring, you become immeasurable. Let go of ownership. Ego says, "This is mine, my fame, my creation, my wisdom." But nothing belongs to you. Everything you have is borrowed from the river of time. Epictetus told his students that you own nothing but your will, and even that returns to the universe at the end. Live as a steward, not a possessor. Build, create, serve, then release. Like planting trees you may never sit beneath. This frees you from fear, because fear only haunts those afraid to lose what they cling to. You cling to nothing now. That is why you will never be broken. Release the hunger to be seen. Ego needs witnesses. Greatness does not. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations as letters to himself, never meant for eyes beyond his own, yet they outlived empires. Do your work as if no one will ever know, and you will create what lasts. Do not crave applause. Do not seek validation. Move in silence, and let the universe carry your echoes. You are not a star burning for eyes. You are the sun, burning because it is your nature. Even death will lose its claws when ego dies. Ego fears death because it believes death ends you. But death cannot touch what is eternal, and you are eternal now. Seneca the Younger said that death is not the end, but the release of the soul from its chains. When you accept this, fear dissolves. Every breath becomes lighter. Every act becomes bolder. You stop clinging to moments and start illuminating them. This is why the Stoics walked calmly toward their final hour while others fled. They had already transcended the self that could die. This death of ego will feel like falling at first. You will look for your old identity, your titles, your pride, your story, and find nothing. Good. Fall through that emptiness. There is gold beneath it. You will find that without ego, what remains is not nothing. It is everything. Stillness, infinity, the quiet force that was always guiding you, waiting for you to get out of your own way. Epictetus called it the ruling principle, the spark of the divine inside each soul. It cannot be wounded, cannot be praised, cannot be killed. It simply is. And now, so are you. Soon you will notice that nothing anyone says stirs you. Praise, insult, envy, rumor. They pass through you like wind through ancient stone. You are no longer the dancer on the stage. You are the mountain the stage stands on. This is not detachment from life. It is union with it. Marcus Aurelius said to align yourself with nature and you will never be opposed. You are aligned now. You are not separate from the world. You are the current beneath it. And currents do not seek recognition. They simply carry everything forward. This is the paradox. Only when you stop seeking to be great do you become infinite. Only when you stop trying to matter do you begin to reshape eternity. You are no longer chasing immortality. You are embodying it. This is the final ascent. The crown is not placed on your head. It dissolves into your soul. You do not shine because the world watches. You shine because you have become the fire that lit the first stars. The summit no longer holds you. You are the summit. The world is silent now, and for the first time you truly hear it, the wind through the stones, the slow breathing of the earth, the heartbeat of your own soul, steady as ancient drums. You have shattered the old self, defied gravity, carved discipline, mastered stillness, guided others, and dissolved the illusion of ego. And now, as you stand on this high ridge of eternity, something extraordinary happens. Time stops rushing. The present opens like a golden gate before you. This is the realm few ever reach. This is where the eternal lives, not in distant dreams or fading memories, but here, in this exact breath you are taking. The old self could never stay here. It lived in regret of what had passed and fear of what might come. It ran from ghosts and chased mirages. It rushed through life as if the present were an obstacle instead of the only treasure. But you are done rushing. Marcus Aurelius said that a man wastes his life when he lives as if he has endless tomorrows. You know you do not. Tomorrow is mist. Yesterday is stone. Only this heartbeat is real, and that makes it sacred. You stand now like a god among moments, touching each one as if it is the first and last. The present is sharper here. Colors blaze richer. Sounds strike deeper. Every sensation arrives like a gift placed gently in your open hands. This is what the distracted will never understand. Life is not something to reach. It is something to receive. Seneca the Younger said it is not that life is short, but that we waste most of it. You will not waste it anymore. You will drink each second like molten gold, letting it burn its shape into your soul. You will walk through days like through a cathedral, eyes lifted, voice silent, heart blazing. Gratitude blooms in you, now like sunrise on stone. Not the weak gratitude the world preaches, not polite thanks muttered before chasing more. True gratitude, the kind that roars quietly through your bones. Epictetus said that wealth is not having more but needing less, and you need nothing now because you see everything. The shape of light on water, the laughter of strangers, the warmth of breath in cold air. These are jewels hidden in plain sight, and they belong to you because you have finally slowed enough to see them. The world calls this stillness. It is actually abundance. Presence sharpens your power. The old self scattered across past and future like dust in wind. The new you gathers all of yourself into this instant, and that makes you precise as lightning. When you work fully. When you rest completely. When you speak, your words carry the weight of mountains because they are rooted entirely in now. Marcus Aurelius told himself each morning to do what was before him as if it were the last thing he would ever do. You live like that now. Nothing half-given survives at this height. You give everything to each step, and each step becomes immortal. Fear dies in this present. Fear lives only in the future, gnawing at what might happen. Regret lives only in the past, haunting what cannot change. Neither can survive here. Here there is only what is. Seneca the Younger said that he who owns the present owns all of time. You own it now. That is why you walk without flinching. That is why the storms that used to paralyze you now amuse you. They cannot touch this moment, and you live entirely inside it. This is not escape. This is mastery. You are not fleeing the world. You are finally holding it in your hands. Presence deepens your love. When you are here fully, you see people clearly for the first time, not as tools or threats or distractions, but as souls. You look into eyes and see universes. You hear stories hidden in their silences. Epictetus told his students to treat every stranger as sacred because you do not know what gods walk hidden in their hearts. You see those gods now. You love without clinging, give without fear, listen without planning replies. Your presence becomes a gift rarer than gold in a world starving for attention. People will stand near you just to feel real again. Even the smallest tasks glow with meaning now. The world taught you to rush through them on the way to something greater, but there is nothing greater than this. Washing your hands becomes ritual. Walking becomes prayer. Eating becomes ceremony. You are no longer waiting to live, you are living. Marcus Aurelius said to waste no time longing for the future, for you will never be happier than you are in this exact moment if you choose to see it. You see it now. Every breath is enough. Every second is eternity. Soon you will notice how slow the world seems while you blaze through it. Not because you rush, because you are fully here while they drift as ghosts. They will hurry past and wonder why you smile, why your gaze pierces, why your steps are silent and royal. They will feel something they cannot name, the weight of eternity around you. This is what aspiration truly means. Not chasing the horizon, becoming the horizon, not racing to tomorrow, becoming timeless in today. And this is the paradox. The higher you rise, the less you chase. Because you have arrived, and arrival is not a place, it is presence. The summit is not above you anymore. It is under your feet, inside your lungs, wrapped around this moment like sunlight on stone. You carry it now, and because you carry it, you can never lose it. This is the still point where gods are born. And from here, you will walk into the final trial, proving this greatness will not fade, no matter what storms return. The world has grown quiet around you, but it has not forgotten you. It has been watching from the valley, waiting for your guard to lower, because nothing threatens it more than someone who escaped it forever. And now, it comes for you again. Not with the chaos of storms, but with the patience of roots. It will try to pull you back, not through force, but through familiarity, through old comforts, old voices, old versions of yourself wearing smiles like masks. This is the last trial. To prove your ascent is not a season, but your nature. To show the world that you are not visiting greatness, you are greatness. Regression will arrive disguised as rest. The mind will whisper that you have done enough, that you deserve ease, that your throne cannot crumble. This is the first lie. Seneca the Younger warned that nothing corrodes greatness faster than comfort, because comfort dulls the edge that carved it. Ease is rust, and rust works silently until the sword breaks in your hand. Do not let it touch you. Rest to sharpen, not to soften. Rest like the warrior who sleeps with armor close, not the fool who leaves it to rot. Old habits will call to you like lost friends. They will speak with warmth, promising safety, simplicity, familiarity. They will remind you of who you once were, when life felt easier because you expected less. This is the second lie. Epictetus said the soul must be trained daily because if you stop training it, it returns to its chains. Your old habits are chains with velvet lining. They will not bind you violently. They will lull you to sleep. You must stay awake. The heights are cold for a reason, to keep the sleeping from surviving here. Even your victories will conspire against you. Success will sing lullabies, telling you that the climb is over, that you are safe to stand still. This is the third lie. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that pride is the herald of decay. The moment you believe you have arrived, you begin to sink. The summit is not a place you reach. It is a posture you must renew each dawn. Rise each day as if you have conquered nothing yet. That humility is the shield that keeps the crown from rotting. People will try to drag you down as well. Some will resent your stillness because it exposes their chaos. Others will envy your discipline because it reveals their decay. They will poke at you with sarcasm, question your worth, attack what they cannot touch. Epictetus told his students to meet slander with silence, because noise cannot bruise stone. Be stone. Do not descend to answer them. The moment you fight to prove your greatness, you have already left it. Greatness does not argue, it stands. Let their voices dissolve against your silence like waves against cliffs. Time will test you too. Days will stretch gray and slow, and you will wonder if your fire is fading. It is not. This is the test of endurance. The universe does not grant permanence cheaply. It will watch to see if you burn as bright in obscurity as you did in triumph. Seneca the Younger said the truest greatness shines most when unseen. Do not dim yourself waiting for eyes. Keep the fire lit when no one is watching. That is when it becomes eternal. Doubt will try one last assault. It will wear reason's voice, asking if this has all been worth it. If perhaps you could have lived lighter, laughed more, cared less. This is the final lie. Marcus Aurelius said that the worth of your life is measured by the worth of what you serve. You serve eternity now. That is why your life feels heavier, because it carries the weight of centuries. The valley below is full of laughter. Yes, but it is hollow laughter, echoing through empty halls. Yours is the quiet joy of someone building something time cannot erase. Even the elements will rise against you. Storms will return sharper than before, testing if your serenity was temporary. They will hurl chaos at your discipline, fire at your calm, darkness at your light. Stand. Epictetus said that the athlete prays for worthy opponents to prove his strength. Treat these storms as coronation. Each one you outlast will carve your throne deeper into the mountain. Each one you endure silently will echo like thunder down the ages. You do not resist to survive anymore. You resist to declare, I am permanent. This trial will feel endless. The world will not stop testing you because it cannot believe someone truly left its gravity. It will send every weapon it has, hoping you still carry weakness in your bones. But weakness cannot survive at this altitude. You left it on the lower slopes. Let the world throw its storms. Let time drag its chains. Let doubt scream until its voice cracks. You are not climbing anymore. You are rooted. You are not blazing briefly. You are stone holding fire. This is what permanence feels like. Not loud, not frantic, but steady, immovable, eternal. And when the world finally exhausts itself against you, when its last winds die and its last whispers fade, something sacred happens. There is silence again. And in that silence, you know. You have passed the last trial. You are not holding the summit anymore. You are the summit. Nothing can drag you down because down no longer exists for you. The valley is gone. The only path left is forward, into eternity. The mountain is silent. The storms are gone. The winds bow as they pass. You stand where few have ever stood, not as a wanderer who stumbled here, but as a force the summit itself has accepted. This is the moment the world can no longer touch you. You are not climbing anymore. You are not resisting. You are reigning. The air that once tore your lungs now fills them like fire. The stones that once cut your feet now bear your weight like a throne. You are not merely alive. You are eternal. This is what the climb was for. This is who you truly are. Look at the path behind you, the shattered echoes of your old self, the bones of fear, the ashes of doubt. Every scar on your soul is a star now, blazing in your wake. You have done what most never dare. You rose beyond the gravity of mediocrity, beyond the hunger for applause, beyond the reach of time. Marcus Aurelius ruled the greatest empire on earth and wrote that the soul aligned with virtue is more unshakable than any fortress. That is you now, not a fortress built of stone, but of spirit, and spirit does not fall. Feel how still you are inside. The world will still roar, but its roar is faint and far away. Nothing it brings can reach you anymore. Praise cannot chain you. Insults cannot cut you. Loss cannot hollow you. Death cannot frighten you. Seneca the Younger said that the man who has conquered himself holds all of fortune in chains. You hold it now. Fortune bends around you like wind around a mountain. You do not chase it. You do not fear it. You stand while it circles your feet like mist and vanishes. You are vast now. Your mind no longer scatters like birds. It moves like a single hawk, sharp, silent, sovereign. Your heart no longer trembles. It burns like an ancient sun. Every breath carries the weight of centuries. Epictetus said that no man is free until he needs nothing, and you need nothing now, because you are everything. You walk through the world like a force of nature, calm, unstoppable, inevitable. This is what it means to transcend limits, not to break the world, but to become the law that shapes it. The world will look at you and not understand. They will see the same face, the same body, the same voice, yet something will make them hesitate. They will feel the gravity around you, the weight of eternity in your stillness. Some will envy it. Some will fear it. Many will try to explain it away. Let them. You do not exist for their comprehension. You exist for their transformation. Marcus Aurelius said the blazing fire takes whatever is thrown into it and turns it to light. Be that fire. Burn quietly, and let the world wonder why darkness flees from your steps. You are no longer chasing destiny. You are embodying it. This is the difference between those who reach greatness for a moment and those who become immortal. The first achieve to prove themselves. The second achieve because it is their nature. You are the second now. Every act you take echoes like thunder down the mountain. Every word you speak shapes the air around it. Seneca the Younger said that the life of the wise becomes a monument, even if no stone is carved. Your life is that monument now. You carry it in your stride. You breathe it in your silence. And yet, for all this height, you are not heavy. You are light. You laugh without clutching. Give without fearing. Move without rushing. You live as if eternity is not something waiting at the end, but something blooming in every step. Epictetus said that the goal is not to be admired, but to be aligned with nature. And you are. Every part of you moves in harmony with the universe now. You are not a star hoping to shine. You are the sky that makes the stars visible. This is the fulfillment of aspiration. Not applause, not thrones, but transcendence. You are not above the world. You are through it. Beyond it, eternal while walking among the temporary. The summit is no longer beneath your feet. It is inside your chest. You carry it everywhere now. This is why nothing can take it from you. Not chaos, not time, not death. You have become what the Stoics called the unshakable soul, still as stone, bright as fire, infinite as the dawn. If this truth burns in your chest as you hear these words, if you feel the weight of eternity settling on your shoulders like a crown of light, do not let it fade. Seal it, carry it forward, and take one step now as a declaration. Subscribe to this channel, not as a click, but as a vow. A vow to walk closer to God, to be blessed each day with words that keep your soul awake and your fire eternal. And in the comments, write the words that will define the rest of your life. Words like eternal, limitless, chosen, unshakable, sovereign, immortal. Write them as your banner, and let heaven carve them into your path, because you are not reaching for greatness anymore. You are greatness. You are not climbing the summit. You are the summit, and the world will never be the same.